good Monday nighter here between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Back to throw. Jones. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. After that sack, third and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now Jones throwing on third and long. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Cowboys. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this 1st quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Jones' throw brought in by Bellinger. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The throw for Tony is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this 1st half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So more problems here in this 1st quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys, because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, Azeez Ojulari getting in there to bring him down. After the sack on 1st down, Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw, Prescott. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. A 1st down carry by Elliott. Powers through him. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's taken down inside the 30. Play action now, Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. The Giants at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Out to the right here to Shepard. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up netting positive yardage out of this as he's able to get it up near the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here in this first half. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kayvon Thibodeau brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Throwing, Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the shotgun, again to Elliott. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 24, Prescott. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Prescott to throw it. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that payoff? And he's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. From the 30 on 2nd down, Jones. His throw incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Now Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
Gano's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And he is out of bounds up around the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And again, it's Prescott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Prescott now. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 28. Here's Prescott. That's caught again by Schultz. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now here is another interception. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Elliott will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. For this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Fair catch, made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and he'll take this back down inside the 20. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And who's got it? The defense does. They recover it in the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and the scoring opportunity turned away. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Barkley, inside handoff. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Hands it off out of the gun. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Another pass complete to Bellinger. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Anthony Barr. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Throwing here, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, it's Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. Charles.